In the year 2147, humanity stood at the brink of annihilation. The skies above were no longer blue, but an eerie shade of crimson, stained by decades of galactic warfare. Humanity had ventured into space with dreams of exploration and unity, but instead found itself embroiled in a conflict it could barely comprehend. The alien coalition that called themselves the Dominion had arrived unannounced, their motives unclear but their weapons devastating. They sought not just conquest but obliteration, leaving scorched planets and shattered civilizations in their wake. On Earth, the remnants of human society clung to survival within fortified cities, buried deep beneath layers of concrete and steel. Among them was Alex, a communications specialist who had spent years trying to decipher the Dominion's transmissions. Alex wasn't a soldier or a politician, just someone desperate to understand why this war existed and how it might end. Their face was etched with sleepless nights and burdened eyes, yet there remained a spark of hope, however faint. Alex worked alongside others in what was once known as Central Command, now reduced to a dimly lit bunker filled with flickering screens and humming machinery. Outside, the air was toxic, poisoned by fallout from orbital bombardments. Inside, the mood was equally suffocating, weighed down by despair and dwindling resources. But today, something unusual happened. A signal came through. Not one of aggression or destruction, but something different entirely. "Listen to this," Alex said, leaning over a console as static crackled through speakers. A voice emerged, distorted but intelligible. It spoke in broken English, each word heavy with emotion. "Earth, hear us. Stop fighting." The room fell silent. For a moment, no one dared breathe. This was unprecedented. The Dominion had never communicated directly before. They waged war without explanation, without mercy. Now, suddenly words, not weapons. "What do you think?" asked Maya, another technician, her voice trembling slightly. She had survived 2 invasions and lost nearly everyone she loved. Her skepticism was understandable. "It could be a trick," muttered Leo, a grizzled engineer whose scars told stories of battles fought on distant moons. "They've played us before." But Alex shook their head. "No, listen closely. There's fear in that message, pain. Whoever sent it is begging us, not taunting us." Hours turned into days as Alex and their team analyzed the transmission. They traced its origin to a remote sector of space near Proxima Centauri, far beyond the reach of any surviving human fleet. More messages followed, each more urgent than the last. "We didn't choose this war," one said. "Our leaders lie to us, as yours lie to you." For the first time, doubt crept into the bunker. Could it be true? Were both sides pawns in a larger game orchestrated by unseen forces? The idea seemed impossible, yet the evidence mounted. Fragments of intercepted Dominion broadcasts revealed internal dissent, whispers of rebellion against their own commanders. Perhaps the enemy wasn't so monolithic after all. Word spread quickly among the scattered human resistance cells. Some dismissed the messages as propaganda, while others saw an opportunity for peace. Tensions rose as factions debated whether to respond or ignore the plea altogether. In the end, it was Alex who convinced the council to send a reply. Using outdated equipment salvaged from pre-war archives, Alex crafted a message simple enough to transcend language barriers. "We hear you. Tell us more." Those 5 words carried the weight of billions of lives, transmitted into the void with trembling hands. Weeks passed without response. Doubt returned, gnawing at even the most optimistic hearts. Then, one night, a new broadcast arrived. This time it wasn't just audio, it was visual. On the main screen appeared a figure cloaked in shimmering robes, its features obscured but its posture unmistakably weary. Behind it loomed structures unlike anything humanity had ever seen, towering spires pulsating with light. "I am Kale," the figure began, its voice resonating like a chorus. "I speak for those who wish to end this madness. Your leaders have misled you as mine have misled me. We are tools, nothing more. Tools meant to destroy until nothing remains." Kale's words struck a chord. Across Earth, people gathered around whatever screens still functioned, watching in stunned silence. Leaders scrambled to suppress the broadcast, fearing mass desertion if soldiers learned the truth. Yet the message reached every corner of the planet, igniting fires of rebellion where none had existed before. Inspired by Kale's courage, Alex proposed a daring plan to travel to the source of the transmission and meet with these dissidents face to face. It would mean leaving the safety of Earth's bunkers, venturing into hostile territory aboard a patched-together vessel dubbed Asterisk, the Echo Asterisk. Few believed they would return, but many volunteered to join the mission. As Asterisk, the Echo Asterisk launched into orbit, pursued by Dominion patrols, Alex couldn't help but reflect on the absurdity of it all. Here they were, representatives of a dying species, risking everything for a chance at dialogue. What if Kale was lying? What if this was all a trap? Yet the alternative, continuing the war until extinction, felt infinitely worse. After weeks of evading capture and enduring mechanical failures, the Echo Asterisk finally reached the designated coordinates. What awaited them defied imagination. A massive station floated amidst asteroid fields, its surface scarred by battle, but alive with activity. Ships bearing Dominion insignias docked alongside vessels marked with symbols Alex didn't recognize. Refugees, defectors, survivors, all united under a shared desire for peace. Kale greeted them personally, stepping forward with open arms. Up close, the being's form became clearer, tall and slender, with skin resembling liquid silver. Its eyes glowed softly, radiating warmth rather than menace. "You came," Kale said, voice tinged with relief. "Few would dare. We have little choice," Alex replied, though their tones softened. "If what you say is true, then neither side can afford to fight anymore." Negotiations stretched over days, fraught with tension but driven by necessity. Both humans and Dominion rebels shared tales of betrayal, exposing the lies that fueled the war. Each revelation chipped away at centuries of hatred, revealing common ground buried beneath layers of propaganda. Eventually, a fragile truce took shape. It wasn't perfect. There would be no instant forgiveness, no erasing the scars of war, but it was a start. Together, they devised a plan to confront their respective leaders, broadcasting their findings across the galaxy. The message was clear. To those who profit from our suffering, you'll regret this war. Back on Earth, the impact was immediate. Riots erupted as citizens demanded answers. Soldiers laid down arms, refusing to fight for causes they no longer believed in. Even some Dominion troops joined the uprising, turning against their overlords. The tide of history shifted, albeit slowly and painfully. Years later, when historians looked back on the conflict, they would call it the turning point. And at the heart of it all stood Alex, Kale, and countless others who dared to hope when hope seemed lost. Though the road ahead remained uncertain, one truth echoed louder than any weapon. Wars end not with victory, but with understanding. And so, Earth's final broadcast became its first step toward redemption.